Alrighty everyone, thanks for tuning in to part 5 of 5 of the Misdirection video tutorial lesson school class. What we're going to do in this one is just put all the elements of misdirection together into the vanishing coin and potentially the French drop, just so we can really understand how all of it works together. And maybe you'll understand why simple tricks like this take so much practice. A lot of people don't do that. They'll practice a trick once or twice, feel they've got the basic moves down, and then they'll go right to performance. And then they get caught and they wonder why, going, well, I could do all the moves. But let me draw this analogy for you. An actor has to memorize lines, right? Even if they have the lines memorized to the point where they can speak them all in a minute, even if they have all those lines memorized to a T, word for word, letter for letter, pause for pause, they have pause for pause, they have the punctuation marks memorized, they're not going to be a great actor, right? Like I have the words to "Oh Canada" memorized. If I sit there and go, "Oh Canada, our home and land, true patriot love," I'm not a great singer, but I have to practice my voice. An actor has to practice his acting. Same thing with a magician. You have to practice the magic, so to speak. You have to practice the misdirection. You have to practice your story, your performance. You need showmanship. You need everything. It's not just about the moves. I could do the move really well. I could do this really well. I could do it in a matter of half a second if I wanted to, but it doesn't make me a great magician. What makes you a great magician and able to pull off a trick like this and completely stun an entire group of people, it takes so much more. So really don't underestimate practice. Don't be afraid to practice, and don't be afraid to admit that you practice 15 hours a day. Okay, I've done this, probably not in front of people, just practicing to myself. I've done this probably close to 200 times in my life. Okay, that's 2/3 of a year. Could you imagine sitting there for 8 months straight, going like once a day, I guess. 8 months, once a day, practicing this illusion. You'd have it so good by the end. And I don't want to toot my own horn, if that's the proper expression, but I have worked very hard to refine all the misdirection in this illusion. Like the method of it, I don't remember where I got it from. I think I saw somebody do it. You know, I don't even know where. I'm not even going to guess. But I saw somebody else do it, and they didn't do a very good job, and I figured it out. So I went home, and I sat there going, okay, how can I make this a better illusion? Because they basically did it this way. They had it at the edge of the table, and they went, hey guys, guess what? I'm going to make a coin vanish. You ready? Bam! And he made it vanish. And because the misdirection and all the subtleties weren't in their proper place, I figured it out, and I went home and I set a coin on the table and I said, okay, how can I make this better? And I walked through the lessons of misdirection. And the first one I did was the large motion covered the small motion. So I figured, okay, well I might as well start with the coin out at the middle of the table. And then I thought, oh, well that's perfect, because if it's at the middle of the table, then if I pick it up and I move right back to the middle of the table, it'll look like it never left the middle. So there'll be no question about the edge. Okay, well that's perfect. If I make the coin vanish from the middle of the table. Then I went on to environment, and I thought, well, why wouldn't I just pick up the coin like this? Oh, well, I could do it on a hard table, because if I did it strictly on hard tables, I'd have a reason to slide it to the edge of the table to pick it up. So then I just walk through each of these steps individually, one at a time, and I refine this to the point where I think it is a very, very well-developed illusion. And now I'm finally giving it away. Alright, so, oh, another thing I want to say about the misdirection, how well it's been refined. I did this 2 nights ago for a group of people, and we were actually sitting around a round table. I know that was lesson number 1, don't use a round table. But I was showing them how to do it anyway. I wasn't just showing them the trick, because I'm starting to get out of magic now. I want to give my secrets away so other people can learn them, so other people can do them, so magic doesn't die anytime soon, because it shouldn't. Magic is a fantastic art. So anyway, I was expecting them to catch this, because I was going to show them anyway. So the first thing I did was a demonstration. I said, okay, I want to show this to you guys first, and then I'll tell you how it's done. And I did it, and I picked it up and I said, watch, I'm going to make this vanish. Are you ready? And everyone said they were ready, and I went, whew, vanished, and everyone was amazed. Not one person figured it out. Not even the 2 people sitting beside me right here figured it out. Why didn't they figure it out? because they didn't look in my lap. Why didn't they look in my lap? Because they knew it wasn't going to be there. Why didn't they know it was going to be there? Because of all the misdirection I worked into it. So then after I did the illusion and everybody was going, how'd you do that, how'd you do that? I looked at the guy beside me, who I was really going to teach the illusion to, and I looked at him, and I looked down into my lap. And then he looked down into my lap, and he saw the coin sitting there, and he said, okay, so what? And I said, watch how I get it there. Then I did the illusion again, and he said, well, I didn't see you throw it. Because he figured I'd picked it up and I'd thrown it back. Still didn't catch it. So I said, here, I'll show you again. And this guy's not stupid by any means. He's not slow. He's a very intelligent person, and every time I show him a trick, he catches it really fast. So I'm not undermining him at all. He's very, very intelligent. So that really speaks volumes about this, is what it does. Okay, so I did it 3 times for him, and then at the end of that, he still didn't know. So I had to explain it step by step how I did it. I said, okay, well, I slide it back to here. Now watch what I do here. Watch what I do. Okay, okay. I'm dropping the coin into my lap, and it's not even in my hand when I bring it up to the middle of the table. And then he finally understood. And where did I... There we go. Okay, so that's just another story I wanted to tell. So maybe you don't underestimate this illusion. Don't go, oh, well, it's so easy, I'm going to get caught all the time. No, you're not. If you can perform it well, you'll never get caught. I've never been caught doing this, to my surprise, because like you, I have those biases. I said, well, the move is too bold, the trick is too easy, I'm going to get caught doing it, and then everyone's going to run around doing it, and other people are going to get it, it's going to spread, and I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. And that's never happened once, because I didn't perform it for a lot of people until, you know, I'd given it a decent amount of practice. Okay, so what I want to do in this video, like I said, is now we're going to put everything together. Okay, so environment. You're using a hard table. Secondly, large motion covers the small motion. Thirdly, the paying attention. You do it where you want them to, and you don't where you don't want them to. And fourthly was relaxation. So let's put it all together. How do you want to sit? Well, you want to sit so you can get it comfortably into your lap. If you're sitting at the edge of the table like this, you're going to have to lean back to bring the coin back. So, because that looks awkward, lean back to begin with. Slide back in the chair, lean forward like this. You don't want to sit there like this at the table, because again, then you're going to have to like this, and it's going to look awkward again. But you want to just be comfortable. You want to be comfortable to the point where you have a decent enough gap here between you and the table. You can't tell, but I've got my legs stretched out. I'm not sitting completely rigidly. I'm sitting very relaxed, like I'm just having a friendly conversation with some friends around the table. And there happens to be a poker chip in the middle of the table. So I go, hey guys, I want to show you something. Now this is another thing I should mention, the offbeatness. It doesn't look like I've been preparing for this trick. It looks like it just came to me out of the middle of nowhere. So again, that adds a lot to an effect when you do it. It didn't come from anywhere. It just happened. You just got the idea suddenly. So I said, hey, I want to show you something, okay? Pardon the phone. I'll wait until it finishes ringing. There we go. Okay, so I said, hey, I want to show you something. Okay, I'm going to take a coin. Here's the large motion covers the small motion. Brought it back. Here comes the eye contact. I'm paying attention to what I want them paying attention to. I'm focusing on them so they focus on me, not my hand. I bring it back. I do the move I'm talking. I want to show you the vanishing coin, blah, blah, blah. I bring my hand up. Okay, watch this. It's going to vanish. Are you ready? Okay, everyone watch carefully. Watch carefully. Made it vanish. So I was very relaxed the whole time. Did it in one smooth motion, having a good conversation, so that I would seem that I could talk and pick up a coin at the same time, which is what you want them to think anyway. And it all just comes together so nicely. And I don't want this video to get too long, because apparently if it's longer than 10 minutes I can't upload it. So we will call that a close. So study these videos carefully, make sure you really understand the misdirection involved in everything. And now I will come back to the ambitious card. We'll finish that off. We'll work all the misdirection that we just learned here into the ambitious card, so you can really turn that into a masterpiece illusion. The ambitious card is so good. David Blaine did it on TV. I'm sure Chris Angel's probably done it. I don't know. He doesn't seem to do a lot of card tricks, but I don't watch his shows. There's a good chance he did it. A lot of the top magicians, especially the TV ones, have done this trick. Okay, so again, I thank you very much for watching these videos, and study the misdirection, learn it, commit it to memory, remember the 4 rules, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me or email me or whatever you want to do. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And that's it. Thanks very much.